Good evening. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, February 14th, 2017. Welcome and thank you for joining us tonight for the English edition of Aura News, where we bring you today's top stories translated into English every weeknight. Assembly Speaker Ilir Meta held a meeting today with the U.S. Ambassador Donald Lu. In a media statement, the Assembly Speaker said that the two-hour conversation with the ambassador was constructive, with the focus on implementing the judicial reform with transparency and also on accelerating the electoral reform. It was a constructive meeting with the ambassador and his team. The meeting was focused on the continuation of the judicial reform in a transparent way. Of course, the meeting was also focused on the upcoming elections, their standards, and the efforts being made to conclude the electoral reform in accordance with the OSCE recommendations. We also discussed the importance of continuing to implement the decriminalization law, which is vital for the standards of the upcoming elections, declared the Assembly Speaker. Mr. Meta refused to comment on the Minister of Justice's statement regarding the International Monitoring Operation, where he described the International Monitoring Operation as an extra-constitutional body. I stand here to confirm our will to cooperate closely with all domestic institutions that are tasked with implementing the justice reform, as well as with the Embassy of the United States in particular as a key partner in this crucial reform, but also as a very important actor for the stability and security of Albania as a NATO member state, replied the Assembly Speaker. The U.S. Embassy also commented on the U.S. Ambassador's meeting with the Assembly Speaker, Ilir Meta, considering the meeting to have been positive. The Embassy stressed the U.S. Ambassador's commitment to cooperate with Parliament for the judicial reform. Ambassador Donald Lu and Speaker of Parliament Ilir Meta held a positive meeting today. Ambassador Lu pledged to continue to work closely with the Parliament on the implementation of the judicial reform. The U.S. Embassy has great confidence that, with the support of Speaker Meta, Albania will achieve this historic reform for all Albanians. Speaker Meta and Ambassador Lu also discussed the importance of the electoral reform and the process of decriminalization, reads the U.S. Embassy's statement. Democratic Party Chairman Lulzim Basha has continued his tour of meetings with Democratic Party supporters in constructing the February 18th protest. The DP chairman invited Vlora citizens to join together in Tirana to protest against vote stealing and against the government. After listening to the concerns of the youth, the DP chairman had this to say: "I held an extraordinary meeting with Vlora's young people who are committed to join the February 18th protest, which will be the largest in 27 years of pluralism. I want to invite Vlora's youth and citizens to become part of this protest. All those who waited in vain for 300,000 jobs, all those who hoped for free health care, all those who paid unaffordable university fees, know that there are no jobs, no free health care, and that sending children to university costs more now. Taxes have increased, energy bills are also higher, revenues and purchasing power have decreased," declared the DP chairman, repeating his claim that the government is connected to crime and that the protest is the only way to return power to the citizens. Only state officials and criminals connected to them have been enriched in these 4 years. Vlora's people have been abandoned by their MP. Vlora's people are the most abandoned, with the most economic problems, with the absence of economic aid, high bills, and with the absence of hope for the future. This abandonment can end if we remove this government. The change is coming. I invite Vlora's citizens to say stop to arrogance, to say no to the power connected to crime," concluded the DP chairman. Lulzim Basha, the DP chairman, gathered the Democratic parliamentary group today. During the meeting, the DP chairman instructed the Democrat MPs to intensify their meetings with citizens and organize the February 18th protest. Sources within the meeting told an Aura News journalist that the DP chairman declared that February 18th will be an important day for all Albanian people and that the Democrats should do everything to remove the prime minister. According to the DP chairman, the prime minister is incriminated and is setting criminals free. The Democratic Party has not yet determined its strategy for the protest. However, the DP chairman has started a tour of meetings all around the country. He has also committed all party structures in order to have a massive protest. The Minister of Interior, Mr. Saimir Tahiri, was in Elbasan today, where he went to the Elbasan police station to inspect the progress of the Ministry of Interior's initiative, Albania Without Firearms. The minister reiterated his message that nothing good comes from citizens having firearms, and called on Elbasan and all citizens to hand over their firearms to the police in order to avoid any legal consequence. The minister called on Albania's people to cooperate, saying, "We want an Albania without firearms. Albania is safer without firearms. Albania without firearms will have a stronger economy. Your Albania and of that of our youth should be without firearms. So let's work together to make the Albania we want. Nothing good comes from the personal firearms. Parents should think of their children, and the youth should convince their parents to hand over their firearms," declared the Minister of Interior. The deadline to hand over firearms is April 30th of this year. According to the initiative, any citizens who hand in their firearms by April 30th, 2017 will not have any legal issues. However, legal measures will be taken after April 30th for any citizens who keep their firearms. Vlore, Tirana's mayor, inspected the Kombinat Kino Studio bus line today and invited citizens to report any irregularity they encounter on the urban lines, vowing that City Hall will work on any reported problems. The mayor also announced that City Hall has proposed a change in start times for the bus routes in order to avoid traffic. "We are thinking of solutions. We are thinking of coordinating the time schedule so that all bus lines start work at the same time. This will give us the opportunity to avoid heavy morning traffic," declared Vlore. The mayor described the Kombinat Kino Studio bus line as the best one in the capital and promised to change the buses, again inviting the citizens to report irregularities. By reporting on the City Hall number 08000888, the citizens can become inspectors. They should only give us the plate number of the bus and the problem they encountered on the bus. This is the way citizens can be partners with City Hall and help to fix the problems related to public transport, said the mayor. There are 34 buses for the Kombinat Kino Studio line. City Hall will invest in the new buses with better standards, with plans to equip the new buses with GPS in order to monitor the buses. On this Valentine's Day, the Ministry of Social Welfare and Youth organized an activity to convey messages of love. At the activity titled "Love Can Be Given in Many Ways," students from vocational schools around Tirana prepared some surprises that gave messages of love. "We need a society that gives more love." Together with the vocational school students, we donated something to the city for nature, said the Minister of Social Welfare. Valentine's Day has revived Tirana's streets, and both young and old couples were seen spending time together to celebrate, with Lake Park and Renia Park being favorite places to visit every year. That's all for our English edition this evening. Please join us again Monday through Saturday at 6 p.m. For your local news in English, my name is Mari, and on behalf of Aura News, thank you and good night.